Welcome to tonight's top news stories from around the world. You are watching Millennium News Hour and I am Tanziba Naureen. Let's get started with the headlines making waves right now. President Trump supported El Salvador's refusal to send back wrongfully deported man. President Trump denied tariff exceptions despite electronics exemption. Trump ally Mike Rogers launches Senate run in Michigan for 2026 election. Mark Zuckerberg testifies in Meta antitrust trial over Instagram and WhatsApp. Thousands join Bangladeshi parade in New York. Mayor Eric Adams attends celebration of culture and unity. Kim Kardashian to give testimony in 2016 Paris armed robbery case. Katy Perry joins all-women crew and sings from space. Grand celebration of Bangladesh Independence Day held by Consulate General in honor of unity and progress. Ex-Mossad agents say war in Gaza puts hostages and soldiers at risk. UK former City Minister Tulip Siddiq rejects Bangladesh arrest warrant as politically driven. Bangladesh rings in New Year 1432 with cultural celebration. And Messi and Inter Miami held to a draw in front of record Chicago crowd. You were listening to Headlines Now News in detail. El Salvador's President Nayib Bukele clearly said he would not return Kilmer Abrego Garcia to the U.S., even though American officials admitted he was mistakenly deported. Speaking beside President Donald Trump at the White House, Bukele said, "How can I return him? Smuggle him back in." He called the request preposterous. When asked if Garcia would be released in El Salvador, Bukele said, "We are not very fond of releasing terrorists." Trump supported him, saying reporters want criminals released in the U.S., calling them sick people. Trump also asked Bukele to accept more criminals. The U.S. Justice Department already admitted Garcia was wrongly deported despite a 2019 court order banning his removal. The Supreme Court called the deportation illegal and told the administration to help bring him back. Garcia has no criminal record in either country. A federal judge said evidence against him was only a hat, hoodie, and an unconfirmed tip. Garcia is now held in a terrorism prison in El Salvador. A U.S. court hearing has been scheduled and future steps to bring him back are being discussed. President Trump said there were no exceptions in his trade war tariffs, even though electronics like smartphones and computers were excluded from the 145% import levies on Chinese goods. He posted this message on Truth Social after U.S. Customs announced the electronics exemption on April 11, 2025. Trump confirmed those items still face a 20% fentanyl-related tariff. Deputy Chief of Staff Stephen Miller also said the electronics exemption is not permanent. Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick said these items will likely face new semiconductor tariffs in 1 or 2 months. Wall Street welcomed the temporary exemption. Tech stocks rallied and S&P 500 futures rose 1.2% on April 14. Apple and Nvidia are expected to benefit, though experts warned the situation could change. Chinese President Xi Jinping called the trade war harmful and urged for all tariffs to be removed. If the iPhone 16 Pro Max had not been exempted, its price could have jumped from $1,199 to $1,874, according to UBS analysts. More tariff changes may come soon. Former GOP Representative Mike Rogers has launched a new campaign for U.S. Senate in Michigan. Rogers officially entered the 2026 race aiming to flip the seat being left open by retiring Democrat Senator Gary Peters. Rogers, who lost narrowly to Democrat Elissa Slotkin in the 2024 election, said he will fight for Michigan and stand with President Trump. It is still unclear if Trump will endorse Rogers again. Last year, Trump supported him 6 months after he entered the race. But this time, Rogers quickly gained early backing from key GOP leaders like Senate Majority Leader John Thune and NRSC Chairman Tim Scott. Michigan is expected to be a major battleground in 2026. Rogers may face competition in the GOP primary, with Tudor Dixon and Representative Bill Huizenga both considering runs. On the Democratic side, Mallory McMorrow has joined the race, while Hallie Stevens and Abdul El Sayed are still deciding. Rogers, a former FBI agent, once chaired the House Intelligence Committee. Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg took the stand in a major antitrust trial in Washington, D.C., defending the company from claims it is a monopoly. The Federal Trade Commission has accused Meta of unfair control over the social media market through its ownership of Instagram and WhatsApp. This trial is the first major test of President Trump's FTC against big tech. The lawsuit began in 2020 and was updated in 2021. The FTC says Meta must separate from Instagram and WhatsApp to restore fair competition. The trial could last several weeks, with more witnesses like Sheryl Sandberg and Instagram co-founder Kevin Systrom expected to testify. Meta says it did nothing wrong and argued that services like TikTok and YouTube are strong competitors. If the FTC wins, Meta could lose 2 of its top apps, risking huge revenue loss. Meta says the case is weak and warns it may hurt US innovation while helping rivals like China's TikTok. We will be back after a short break. Till then, stay with us. This world continuously revolving around various events. Every minute, every second, something is happening somewhere around the globe, and you want to get connected to that event or to that specific moment. Here we come, Millennium News Hour, to get you connected with top USA and international trending news, which includes local news, political news, world news, business news, health and science-related news, entertainment news, sports news, and so on. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for OLED TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV, and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network, and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with Millennium News Hour to get the world news on your feed. Welcome back to Millennium News Hour. A massive Bangladeshi parade took place in Jackson Heights, New York, drawing thousands of participants. People stood proudly with Bangladeshi flags, chanting, "My country, your country, Bangladesh." The event brought together people from different religions, cultures, and nationalities in a vibrant celebration. Police departments, fire services, ambulances, and various business owners were also present. New York City Mayor Eric Adams and members of his administration attended the parade as well. Shahnawaz, the owner of Golden Home Care, was among the participants and expressed his commitment to supporting the Bangladeshi community. He also shared his desire to organize more such parades in the future. Popular Bangladeshi film actors and actresses added energy to the event through songs and dances, making the celebration even more lively. The parade stood out as a remarkable example of celebrating Bangladeshi culture and heritage abroad. At the end of the parade, a special cultural program was held where local artists showcased their talents. Performances included plays and dances based on the history and culture of Bangladesh, which received an enthusiastic response from the audience. It was a historic day for the Bangladeshi community in New York as they celebrated their heritage and strengthened ties with the local population. The news was reported by Millennium News 24 reporter Mujahidul Islam and Amir Hamza. Kim Kardashian will testify in a trial related to the 2016 Paris jewelry theft. Her U.S. lawyer Michael Rhodes confirmed. The trial, scheduled to begin on April 28, is centered around the robbery that took place during Paris Fashion Week. Kardashian was held at gunpoint in a luxury apartment by masked men who stole millions of dollars worth of jewelry, including a $4 million diamond ring from her ex-husband, Kanye West. At the time, Kardashian was tied up and gagged, then placed in a bathtub during the heist. Though badly shaken, she was physically unharmed. 6 suspects, including the alleged ringleader Omar Ed-Kadashi, are facing charges of armed robbery, kidnapping, and being part of a criminal gang. Some of the stolen items were later found, but most were never recovered and are believed to have been sold in Belgium. The trial is expected to run until May 23rd, with Kardashian set to testify on May 13, according to the provisional schedule. Singer Katy Perry sang "What a Wonderful World" during Blue Origin's historic all-women space flight. The 11-minute journey to the edge of space included 6 women, with Perry among them. Before the flight, her crewmates suggested she sing one of her famous songs like "Roar" or "Firework," but after landing, Perry said the moment was not about her. She said it was about the team, the energy they shared, and making a space for women in the future. It's about taking up space, belonging, and appreciating this wonderful world we see from out there, Perry said. This is all for the benefit of Earth. After the zero-gravity part of the flight, Perry quietly sang the song while seated. Perry also shared that her daughter, Daisy, cheered her on during the mission. She brought a daisy flower with her, calling it a symbol of strength, growth, and beauty. Joining Perry on the flight were Lauren Sanchez, Karen Plain, Aisha Bowe, and Amanda Nguyen, each with strong roles in media, science, and activism. The Consulate General of Bangladesh hosted one of the largest and most vibrant celebrations of Bangladesh Independence Day and National Day at its office, bringing together a diverse and distinguished gathering of guests. This year's celebration stood out not only for its scale but also for its spirit of unity, as political leaders, community leaders, heads of the Bangladesh Association, district association representatives, multicultural and interfaith leaders, and prominent activists came together to commemorate the historic occasion. The event also saw the presence of numerous diplomats and mainstream political figures, underscoring the significance of Bangladesh's journey toward freedom and self-determination on the global stage. This was a particularly special celebration as it marked the final Independence Day event for Consul General Nazmul Huda, who has recently been promoted to serve as ambassador to Algeria. His leadership and commitment to fostering community ties were widely acknowledged and appreciated by attendees. This news was reported by Millennium News 24 reporters Nikwan Halbag and Mujahidul Islam. We will be back after a short break. Till then, stay with us. This world continuously revolving around various events. Every minute, every second, something is happening somewhere around the globe, and you want to get connected to that event or to that specific moment. Here we come, Millennium News Hour, to get you connected with top USA and international trending news, which includes local news, political news, world news, business news, health and science-related news, entertainment news, sports news, and so on. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for OLED TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with Millennium News Hour to get the world news on your feed. Welcome back to Millennium News Hour. Now it's time for global updates. Over 250 former Mossad operatives, including 3 ex-chiefs, have criticized Israel's return to war in Gaza. They said the government should focus on bringing back the 58 hostages still held by Hamas, of whom 24 are believed to be alive. The latter accused Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu of restarting the war to serve his political interests. It warned that continuing attacks could put both hostages and soldiers in danger. The war resumed after a ceasefire broke in March. The same letter was earlier signed by nearly 1,000 retired Israeli Air Force members. Since then, similar letters came from Unit 8200 doctors and over 1,500 former IDF soldiers, including 2 ex-chiefs of staff. They also urged an immediate ceasefire. Meanwhile, Israel and Hamas have been negotiating in Cairo. Israel reportedly offered a deal to free 10 hostages in exchange for a 45-day ceasefire, aid access and troop withdrawal. Hamas said it would release all captives for a serious prisoner deal, but refused to disarm. Protests by hostage families continue near top Israeli officials' homes. The former UK City Minister Tulip Siddiq has said the arrest warrant issued against her in Bangladesh is a politically motivated smear campaign. She was accused of receiving land illegally from her aunt, former Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina. Siddiq told reporters that no Bangladeshi authority had contacted her and called the case a media trial. She added, "There is no evidence I did anything wrong." Her lawyers contacted Bangladeshi officials, but they received no response. Bangladeshi media said the warrant was for 53 people linked to Hasina, who stepped down and left the country in August last year after protests turned violent. The UK and Bangladesh have no formal extradition treaty. Siddiq's spokesperson said there was no truth in the land allegation. Bangladesh's Anti-Corruption Commission claimed Siddiq received a plot in Dhaka's diplomatic zone and helped her family get more plots. Siddiq resigned as Economic Secretary in January to avoid distracting the UK government. A UK ethics advisor found no rule-breaking but noted gaps in property records. Siddiq, 42 years old, said she and her family members have done nothing wrong. Bangladesh celebrated Pohila Boishakh 1432 with colorful processions, cultural programs and a strong call for ending fascism. Dhaka University's Faculty of Fine Arts hosted the main celebration where the new Ananda Shobhajatra parade replaced the traditional Mongol Shobhajatra for the first time. The theme was Navabarshir Oikotan Fasibader Oboshan, meaning harmony and the end of fascism. Symbolic motifs like a fascist face, a white dove, and a watermelon for Palestine stood out. Some artwork was destroyed in an arson attack 2 days earlier, but students rebuilt them overnight. The day started at Ramnabat Mall with China Arts cultural program under the banana tree. People wore colorful saris and Punjabis, and cultural events continued across Dhaka University. In Chittagong, violence disrupted preparations at DC Hill. 6 people were arrested after vandalism linked to anti-autocracy slogans. Bangla Academy also held programs and a book fair. This year's celebration sent a clear message: Bangladesh will celebrate culture while standing against oppression. The spirit of resistance is expected to grow in the coming days. Let's have a look on today's sports story. Inter Miami were held to a 0-0 draw by Chicago Fire, marking their first scoreless match of the season in Major League Soccer. A record crowd of 62,358 attended Soldier Field, eager to see Lionel Messi and his team. Chicago, coached by former USA boss Greg Berhalter, successfully restricted Messi and Luis Suarez to only a few chances. Messi's best effort came in the 3rd minute with a shot from outside the box, which Chicago keeper Chris Brady saved brilliantly. Chicago also threatened with Mauricio Pineda, forcing Miami goalkeeper Oscar Starry into a full straight save. In the second half, Jonathan Bamba was the main creative force for Chicago, but the missed key opportunities, including a chance in the 88th minute when Marine Hill Selassie shot wide after a rebound. Inter Miami, who had played a midweek game in the CONCACAF Champions Cup, looked fatigued but managed to keep a clean sheet. Coach Javier Mascherano emphasized the importance of not losing and was relieved to take away a point. We will be back after a short break. Till then, stay with us. This world continuously revolving around various events. Every minute, every second, something is happening somewhere around the globe, and you want to get connected to that event or to that specific moment. Here we come, Millennium News Hour, to get you connected with top USA and international trending news, which includes local news, political news, world news, business news, health and science-related news, entertainment news, sports news, and so on. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for OLED TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV, and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network, and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with Millennium News Hour to get the world news on your feed. Welcome back to Millennium News Hour. Now it's time for business news. Today's New York stock close price is 18,432.25. The NYSE Composite is increased by 212.60 points or 1.17%. Tokyo stock close price is 33,982.36. The Nikkei 225 index is increased by 396.78 points or 1.18%. Shanghai stock close price is 3,262.81. The Shanghai index is increased by 24.58 points or 0.76%. Hong Kong stock close price is 21,417.40. The Hang Seng index is increased by 502.71 points or 2.40%. Bombay stock close price is 75,157.26. The Sensex index is increased by 1,310.11 points or 1.77%. Let's have a look on today's weather forecast. Before finishing today's news, let's hear out the headlines again. President Trump supported El Salvador's refusal to send back wrongfully deported man. President Trump denied tariff exceptions despite electronics exemption. Trump ally Mike Rogers launches Senate run in Michigan for 2026 election. Mark Zuckerberg testifies in Meta antitrust trial over Instagram and WhatsApp. Thousands join Bangladeshi parade in New York. Mayor Eric Adams attends celebration of culture and unity. Kim Kardashian to give testimony in 2016 Paris armed robbery case. Katy Perry joins all-women crew and sings from space. Grand celebration of Bangladesh Independence Day held by Consulate General in honor of unity and progress. Ex-Mossad agents say war in Gaza puts hostages and soldiers at risk. UK former City Minister Tulip Siddiq rejects Bangladesh arrest warrant as politically driven. Bangladesh rings in New Year 1432 with cultural celebration. And Messi and Inter Miami held to a draw in front of record Chicago crowd. That's all for today. Keep watching Millennium News Hour for latest news update. To stay updated, like our Facebook page, subscribe our YouTube channel and visit our websites. Our website addresses are www.millenniumnews24.com and www.millenniumtv24.com. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for all smart TVs and Roku TV, Amazon TV, Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia available with the Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network, and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with us for all the latest news worldwide. Thank you.